Hello everyone, Kim McGillis here joining you live from Ontario. I'm going to try to log in here. I'm trying something different today, so I'm not even sure if it's going to work out. We're going to give it a try. How about that? Let's see. Yes, I'm here. Oh my gosh, it's working. So we might be interrupted. I'm not too sure. I'm trying something new. I am in my crafting studio and I thought of coming on here because I'm tired of bringing everything upstairs. Anyways, long story short, I just said to myself, like 5 minutes before going live, I want to try to see if this is going to work from down here. So we'll give it a shot today and see how it goes. Obviously, I do prefer my office lighting, but I said it's kind of nice when you have everything here. So if ever you're watching from live, please say hello. Please say where you're watching from. I'm Kim McGillis. If you're new here, and it's September 17th already, so time flies when you're having fun. It is noon, actually 12:10 here in Eastern Ontario, and I wanted to show something a little different today. Just like that. I didn't even plan anything, but it's a new collection. So I'm just gonna go here to see if there's anybody live or any comments. And if you're catching the replay, please say replay. Got piles of stuff going on in the studio. I'm still organizing. How crazy is that? Just because I want to prep for my BOGO sale. What's a BOGO sale? Well, it means that I will be selling some things. It's like a 2-for-1. If you order on my website, then you'll get to shop my products. So I'm doing a little bit of a clear up there, assembling extra kits so I could just get rid of, so I could get some new content in. So I feel like September is like that time of the year where you could just go and organize, reorganize, it's like the refresh button that you just press right there. So that's how I feel like it is. I don't know if you get to see my shelves here. Yeah, right there. So I'm not too sure yet. I haven't even placed my shelving. I think my stamping blends are going to go on that side. I also have this beautiful old vintage piece of furniture from my daughters when they were like 2. We bought those when they were 2, which I have all my cardstock. So I can't wait to give you a little tour. Things are coming along slowly. It's kind of fun. So tomorrow is going to be extra special. You'll want to go log on because Stampin' Up! Is having a sale. Everything is for 15% off stamp sets, as well as some of the stamp accessories. So get to see that. It's 15% off. Take advantage. It's for today, so you'll want to do that. There are still some kits left. You can't really see up there, but I do have my wreath. It's like the fall wreath. You want to grab those. I do have that class coming in person next week on the 25th. You could always still sign up. I have 2 spots left, I believe. As well, what else is going on? I haven't come on live this week, so it's like I have piles of things that I need to share. Tonight I have my In Color Club. It's Timid Tiger. It's our last color. So that's exciting. I saved Timid Tiger especially for September on purpose. Hint, hint. So that's going on tonight. And then Saturday, I'm having a beautiful big event. And I'm still trying to debate, am I doing it indoors or outdoors? Because we do have a beautiful space outdoors. I'm looking at the weather. It's saying 17 degrees Celsius. If there's no wind and I have these big umbrellas, what would you do? Would you be interested in an event outdoors, or you would prefer being inside on a weekend? I would love to know your suggestions. I'm debating. Like, I thought of doing like this very long table and putting like hydrangeas and make it an all fallish because it's a fall class. If you want, there are still 2 spots available for that class. We're doing the Toile Autumn Fall collection, so I might show you some sneak peeks next week. But if you want to sign up, if you live between Ottawa and Montreal in Canada, that's the perfect area. Like, I live an hour right in between. I'm like the little sandwich right in between. So you could always join me for that as well. Okay, enough chitter chatter. I'm gonna put my screen down, show you this new collection that I want to create with, and we'll get started. So let's see. I'm telling you, I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we'll try. Let's give it a try. I miss my Saskatchewan spot just for little things like what I'm doing today. Let's see. Oh, it's not too bad. I'm looking here on the screen. It looks kind of okay. It's not the best, but anyways, we'll still try. If I could have everything down here, I think my husband is going to be very happy because I always keep it in my office and I go up and down the stairs 25 times. So if everything is down here, it works a little bit better. Okay, so which collection do you think I want to showcase this week? It is the Beautiful Traditions of Christmas Suite collection, and it is on page 20. It starts on page 21, but it's like a super big layout. Hello, Sonia, how are you? It's a large layout. It's just so pretty. And there's lots of ideas. By the end of the week, you'll get to see different things. Since I wasn't on yesterday, because I'm doing this specific training for 6 Tuesdays, and I want to do them live. So to be accountable, I didn't come on live on the Tuesday, so I'll come on live on Sunday instead. So on Sunday, I'll have this big splur. You'll want to come in and see me on Sunday at noon so I could share that. Saturday, I'm not going. I have that big event here in person. So let's talk about the products. It's pretty perfect. I had to get it in French and in English. This is the embossing folder. It's called the Traditional Wreath 3D Embossing, but it says that it comes in and out, but I guess I'm back live, so that's kind of nice. It could be Facebook as well. I'm not too sure. Or if it's the area here. But anyways, I'm still here. So Christmas greenery, and then here are the stamp sets also that coordinate. It's called Traditional Labels. And this one has 15 different greetings, which you could pair with, which is kind of lovely as well. And then I do have the coordinating sparkling sequins. I love when the sequins have that little adhesive at the back, so you don't need to add any adhesive, no sticky fingers, so that is fun as well. And then we have also the labels, so it's a great collection, right? These are the labels, and I'm not going to use them today, but I am going to use them later this week. And then lastly, there's the Christmas greenery dies that coordinate with the stamp set. Today we're going to be using this big one, so I'm going to take this one out and we'll see. Maybe we'll use others as well, but that's my primary one that I want to use today. So it's called Christmas greenery dies. And I also forgot, let's see, do I have it here? There's the coordinating designer series paper, which is called Traditions of Christmas. It's pretty, very beautiful color combination, which we'll use a little later on. The collection is also available in French. With one code, you could get every single thing, which I'll be posting a little later on. The only thing that you would have different in French is your greetings right here. Okay. So I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. Let's see. Cardstock. Just going to grab basic white here. Pretty happy actually. The shadow is not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse down here, but it's not too bad. So this is and I'm just going to grab some Mossy Meadow. And we're going to be coloring with our blending brush. Did I bring? Yes, it's right here. Okay, so let's go. You know, this is one of my favorite techniques. And it doesn't need to be very dark, but you will need like pretty much most of the 8.5 by 11 sheets, okay? And I'm doing this on purpose where there's some shades that are going to be a little darker. Did you get this collection? If ever, I would love to know. You might want to comment here or even maybe put a little like. I know it's very pretty. There's a coordinating, if you're a scrapbooker, there's a coordinating collection. And now I'm going my traditional way of adding some specks, and I'm going on purpose pretty wild and putting lots of them right here. So I use the light mossy meadow. The light still has that big sparkly set. And then the water painters are back, so get your water painters. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water here. And we'll let that dry. So this is like a watercolored technique, which I thought would look great. If you want to avoid these steps and don't want that watercolored look, my suggestion is you could just use old olive cardstock, or you could use mossy meadow cardstock. We're gonna be doing a wreath today, so. And I told you, right? It comes from the inspiration of this one right here, but I decided to use instead the coordinating dies. This is like a spur of the moment thing. You pretty much want to take your heat tool and dry it if you want. And these are all the branches that you'll be cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll be needing 5 of them. If you want, let's say you're doing this, you could also add them directly on top by just blending it. Like I'm just showing you. You could use that. You could use your stamping. See how we get that little greenish look? You could color with your stamping blends as well, but I just wanted a very natural look. So let's grab our cutter. And I'm just going to cut this piece in half because look, it doesn't slide in. So let's go right here. And I'm specifically, you're probably thinking, why is she going right in the middle right there? Well, I'm just going in the middle. I would do 2 shots. Bring it back and then bring it forward, right? Just because you want to make sure that it's easy to pop out. So I got my first piece here. And you see, you get that watercolored look. Now, like I said, you don't like that look, you could always just use regular cardstock. But this is gonna be like a little show-stopping piece. So this weekend, I'm hosting my fall retreat, which I'll have a lot of fall stuff. I've also started decorating. Did you know there's a haunted house? So yesterday I made the haunted house. So there's gonna be a Halloween section as well. And then next month, I'm hosting a Christmas event all day. So I want a bunch of little fall decor. Look at this. Can't wait to show you. Now, today it's a decor piece, but you could do this for a card as well. Do you remember Stampin' Up! Used to have these beautiful square envelopes? It's nice to make a square card as well. Again, bring it back. So we need 5. If you are watching either live or by replay, are you a traditional card maker? Are you a scrapbooker? What do you like to do? Do you like to make little decor pieces? See, this one is a little more stuck, but it doesn't really matter because we're gonna grab it and I'll fix that. It doesn't really matter. What, as a tip, you just want to make sure that there's no pieces in here. So if I look here, yeah, I'm curious, like my following, people that follow me, what do they prefer? Card making, scrapbooking, 3D projects, trying to see what else could there be. Hi, Nat. Home decor. This is what I'm doing today, like a little home decor piece. Are you going to be taking advantage of that 15% off tomorrow on all stamp set? I am, because there are some, let me do this again. There are some stamp sets that I want to get in French. So, because when I do my videos, I could do the French videos and the English videos. So I'm going to take advantage of that sale to get some French stamp sets for sure. I know exactly which class I'll be working on. Can I share a tip with you? I've noticed something. So did you see what I just did? Oh, this one is perfect. See, I love that there's some darker green spots here. I switched the side. I've noticed that when, I don't know if this is just me, maybe you're going to be like, oh, Kim, this is like an old trick. But when I put my dies this way, instead of the opposite sideways, I feel like they cut better. Okay, so Lucy's saying I mostly make cards, but also make little boxes, treat holders. So Lucy is a card maker and a 3D lover too, and maker. Especially, right, Lucy, this time of the year is like a great time of the year to start making stuff either for fall or even for Christmas. So little treats. Oh, this one is a great one. See, some are better than others. That's why when you're doing it, you want to have some darker spots. I'm doing another one, even if I only needed 5. See, when I host classes, I like to give little gifts and stuff. And I feel like this would be like a perfect gift for one of the classes. Okay, so we're done. I'm sorry about all that die cutting. So now I have these cute little boards, and I do love the darkness of the wood. I'm gonna go on purpose, and we're just gonna add this. Keep in mind, if you're a card maker, this is also perfect for card making, because you could just do a square card. And you could layer them a little on top of each other as well. Now I'm just doing my test. If you want to use hot glue, you could use hot glue, you know, like with a glue gun. So this is 4. Let's go a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my 5th is right in here. Oh, this one has a nice big line. And then we're just gonna bundle it up a little closer. Love this. Woo, it's turning out great. Perfect. So this is the shape that I'm going for. And we'll need to add a little ribbon on top. But then I thought to myself, why not add our party banner dies? So I'm gonna go with the smallest here. Yeah. What could we put? I think it's gonna be like a word like Noël or something, because you could say it in English as well as in French, right? So we could do that. And then the stamp sets also, alphabets, you could write any word that you want. So I do keep my alphabets here. Let's see. I've got like a big basket. So the party banner dies have the coordinating party alphabets, which are super big. You could also use these, which are the alphabet à la mode, which would go, it's a bit snug. And then we also have the mini alphabets here. Which, let's see. I think this would be the proper size. Yeah, I think that would be great. Hi, Joan. So I'm gonna be using just my white cardstock. Gonna be doing the word Noël, which is so what I like to do is grab the entire piece and then just run it through. So let's do that. Now you know I'll have to make the coordinating card, right? So this wreath will have the coordinating card. As I'm talking to you, I forgot to show you. It also, the suite also has this beautiful ribbon that we're gonna tie on top, which has a little bit of sparkle to it. Okay, so I do have my letters. Keep the rest of your letters, like for other words. But I just need the N, the O. If English is your primary language, I think we use Noël in English too, right? I think I've seen it in some stamps. Maybe you could let me know. Where are my two L's? Here we go. Okay, so we have this little piece right here. And then, give me a second here. If I go with, this is Poppy Parade. No, let's go with Real Red or even a Cherry Cobbler. I'm not too sure between the two. Real Red, Cherry Cobbler. Got these two right here. I'm taking out something that's a little older, Country Woods. So the Country Woods paper has these blue towns, some browns, lighter browns, I'm looking like for a white, so maybe like this one here. Look how cute that is. Or this one. I think I'm going with this one here. Okay, so let's do this. So keep in mind, this could be duplicated as a card, right? Since yesterday, like I've been having like this leg cramp that doesn't want to go away, like a muscle cramp that comes and goes. I've been trying to like sip on water. So we'll need 4 of these. If it's too big, I might trim it down, but we'll try. And remember I said this is not my usual crafting space for doing my lives. I left my 1/8 circle punch upstairs, which I'm like, no. too long to go up and down, but so we have our, and then we need one more. That Country Woods Designer Series paper I've used over and over nonstop. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so we got this. So what are we doing? Cherry cobbler, or are we doing real red? Let's grab this piece right here just to test it out. So this is dark real red. Ooh, that's cute. I have the light, oh, it's a little cherry cobbler. The light real red. Which one do you find looks more like Christmassy? I think I'm gonna go with the dark real red, since our ribbon is real red. So now let's grab our little letters. I love to do this. So the stamping blends, they have alcohol, so they'll dry, and then you could create some shadows. So we have our first one here. And they dry pretty quickly because of that alcohol. So we have our second. And I could always go back on top and add more. Right here. I see I need to add some at the end. Okay. Right here. So cute. I'm a big fan of green glue, but if you don't like green glue, you could always use the adhesive sheets. I'm just gonna go here and add my letters. They are a little big, but we'll see. Might trim them down. I just love the fact that I didn't need to trim, like it was like already done with the party banner dies. So the E, here we go, and the L. Perfect. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Okay, so now let's grab, I'm gonna use mini dots for this, but if you have a hot glue gun, I suggest you use a hot glue gun, but I'm going like this. So here I am just grabbing some parts of my branch. I don't have an extension cord out, so, and I'm just gonna do this one right here. Like I said, you'll probably see me posting, you know how I do things different. You'll probably see the card, the coordinating card with this. But I still have some cardstock to cut for Timid Tiger tonight, so it will be a little later. Okay, so Riley and I went for a big walk this morning because her daddy's not home, and I wanted to make sure she had lots of fun time before all my guests come. Anyways, I still want to have your opinion. I don't know if you're just joining late. I want to know, do you think it's a good idea if it's a great Saturday, like it's going to be 17 degrees, if there's no wind, it's sunny, and I have these big umbrellas, that I do my event outside instead of inside? Would you be, as a guest, if you were a guest in my home, would you think, oh no, she's hosting outside, should I do it inside? Or you would be like, oh, this is so cool, at least we get to enjoy the sunny weather and stamp by the pool. And like, I have this vision of putting like a long table. Everybody gets to sit on the long table with, I have piles of hydrangeas, having the hydrangea wall. Like, do you think it would be a good idea? I need your opinion. I will ask my class attendees tonight too, like what they think about it, but because I wouldn't want everybody to say, oh, I don't want to be outside. Joan is saying 92 here yesterday in Washington. Whoa. Here the leaves are changing colors. Joan said outside for me. Ooh, so I might do it outside. I have a little bar outside too, so I thought I could do like muffins and like a coffee station for the morning. And then we're doing a potluck, so everybody's bringing like something. So that's fun. And then, cause I also have like a screen section too. So if ever we're worried about bees, look how cute this is. Okay, now I'm upset that my 1/8 punch is upstairs. So you'll see me do this quickly, and then I'll go probably use the punch later to fix my boo-boo here. So, let's grab this. I'm making my holes with this, but really I would really want my 1/8 punch. It's like, it's my go-to. It comes with me everywhere. It's not bad if you don't have the punch, but I just prefer it. So here we go. And you know how I like to use my bone folder. Let's give it that little extra curl here. So curl it like an S. So a little up and then a little down here. I have a secret for you. This is not my first Christmas project. I've done piles of Christmas projects for this collection, so you'll get to see them a little later on. Well, thank you, Joan, for sharing your opinion about outside. I love that idea. Did you get this collection, Traditionals of Christmas? I find it's like a very classic Christmas collections. I've done mini cards so far with it. I've done a box. I've done cards with it. So Lucy's saying, I would absolutely host outside. Have to enjoy what is left of this beautiful weather. Yes. I think she said that she's sure that they would be happy to get to enjoy a beautiful scenery. Yes, so we might do that outside then. Like, so I'm sending my list to them tonight of what not to forget. And I thought, oh, it would be nice, like sweater weather type of thing, and promote it. Like, and then I could have some nice little blankets. We have a nice fire pit too, so I could ask Chris to make a beautiful fire and just have, anyways, I think it would be perfect for pictures. I'm going to test it with everybody tonight. Like, I'm going to ask them and we'll see how and what they say. So now we have this one here. Let's see. I'm going to use part of the Baker's Twine Essential. This looks like a crumb cake look, so I'm going to go with the crumb cake. Oh, so Joan hasn't gotten this set yet. I'm like super curious of knowing who's getting this set, who's not getting this set. There's a coordinating scrapbooking that I want to get, so it's on my list. But first, I'll place my order for those stamp sets that are 15% off. Every single time I'm here, I'm thinking, I have to go to the dollar store. In Canada, we have dollar stores just to get those little things, you know, to thread your dental floss. I need to get that so it would be quicker to thread our title here. I know this might not look much, but when you see it with the full collection, it's gonna be like a cute piece. So I have a section, a dresser, a old dresser from my daughters when they were 2. It's still here, and it's gonna be full with Christmas stuff. As soon as I'm done my fall events, I'm decorating here for Christmas. Like, not in my house, but like, not in the house part, but like in my craft space. Okay, so we're gonna do this. You will need some dimensionals, because even if we're going and tucking it here, I'll still want to put some dimensionals. Did anybody of you watch Dancing with the Stars last night? I just saw today a couple of glimpses of the show. I didn't watch it on TV, but you have some pretty amazing dancers. I used to watch it a lot, but now I was like, oh. My husband, it's not like his show, so I was like, I'm not going to make him watch it, but then at least we get to see it. I feel like Brittany might be a winner. Now, you see how I'm treading and it's a little finicky? It won't be if you use that 1/8 punch. Before I logged on, I was trying to see, okay, which embossing folders do we have left that would blend beautifully with this collection? So Lucy said she got everything from this collection except the greenery bundle. Maybe by the end of the week, you'll be convinced. Maybe. I don't know. I've made some cool things like outside of the box, like what you could do with the stamp set, like with this here. Can't wait to share, but I have to wait a little bit. You know, it's a good stamp set that you could share too, like with everyone when you're sending your Christmas cards and announcing what you've done in 2025 and what you have going in 2026, that sort of thing. So that could be fun. My full day event next month, I'm featuring the snowflake collections. I'm letting you know, like, here I am, like, sharing piles of stuff. So that's the one that I'll be using. People don't know that, but that's my October event. There we go. I'll have to show you tomorrow what I mean with the floss. Like, when you tread your floss, like, it goes a lot faster than this. But this is just like a little last minute live. Like, I wasn't supposed to be coming down here to see if it was going to work from here or not. We did have a little glitch. Almost done, almost done. Go. Now I just have to convince our dog to come down here. Last one, guys. I also received the 2 new card kits from this month. The one that they're going to be using for World Card Making Day. I just got it. I want to assemble that. I also got the one with the cute golden retriever and the red truck, which is awesome, and I also want to assemble. But like I said yesterday, I did the haunted house. I had the haunted house for a little while, and I wanted to put it together so I could have it near my Halloween section. So I don't know if you remember, but years ago there used to be a kit. It was a hat, like a witch's hat. So I took that one out, so I have a little display going just for that. Okay, we've got them all. Sorry about that. I guess I should have done like, you know, they do in the movies where you have it all done and then people just pop in and it's like the final one is done. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this part. This is just gonna go and sit right here. Like I said, you'll wanna give it that little curl. And I'm just gonna knot the ends. They will be knotted. You have to be patient when you're doing home decor. You go to like a Home Sense in Canada or Home Goods, this would be like super expensive to get. So we're making our own here. I am gonna leave this part here. Okay, so now let's grab some dimensionals. Joan is saying she got boring for her, but did watch Robert Irving. So I didn't see, like, I saw him like dancing with Whitney, but I didn't see the others. So I don't know if it was boring or not. And like my daughters watched the Utah, I can't remember, the Wives or the Mormons or something. I don't watch that show. So they're like, oh, there's two and I bet you this one's gonna win. But I don't know. It's a thing that we used to do like together. It's watch the show, but now that they're all grown up and they have their own houses, it's kind of hard to do that, right? But when it's the final, we try to get together. Okay, so here we go. So I'm making sure on purpose that we'll have some of the thread popping up. I'm gonna just tie a knot at the end. Here, you could make a little bow if you wanted to. Same thing on this side. I don't know, it's the vision that I had when I saw this little thing here. If you wanted to, instead of putting like a word in the middle, you could put a family photo. That would be cute too. And if you want to add some other layers on top, you could layer more if you wanted more. One side is nicer than the other. Now, how cute is that? I don't have my good scissors, they're upstairs, but we'll try. It's probably a pair that Chris used for something else. Okay, so let me show you. Aw, isn't this pretty? So this is my baby card. So it's made with the same collection. And what I've done is I've used this little branch from the Christmas greenery to make a coordinating card. So how fun is that? And then I could just use the same. This is part of the designer series paper that goes with the collection as well. Isn't it cute? So now I feel like I want to make the card that goes with it as well. So Christmas greenery, and how you do this is you'll just have to punch out a circle. Maybe I should show you since we have a little bit more time. But you want to punch out a circle. Here I have like a 1 3/4. You could do, I think I used the, well, 1 3/4 is pretty good. And then I just trace it. Like this. this is the piece from the Christmas greenery. My little square is upstairs. So now this one I did in Old Olive, but I'm going to show you in Mossy Meadow. Now let's put this aside. So here we go. You just follow. And if I can remember correctly, don't, like, it's like off stamping. I'm stamping once and then I'm stamping, and it's okay that I made a little mistake. I'm not re-inking every single time. Perfect. So this is how I made my wreath to make the little baby card, and that's why you get those darker spots and those lighter. And then on the inside I do have a little line. I just went with the coordinating marker and just did the marker around. Then you could just remove with your eraser the edge, and this would make your coordinating card. We'll talk about it again this week a little later on, probably Sunday when I show you the entire collection. But I just thought that it would be fun to have a little coordinating wreath to go with our frame today. So Joan is saying that she's made 30-ish Christmas cards so far. I usually make 200 plus. I remember that from last year. You were sharing that. Lucy said, what a cute project. I love it. Isn't it going to be cute? Like, once you see my entire board with Christmas and you see my Christmas tree and all of that, this is going to be a cute project just to host and have right there. So I'll take a picture of it so you'll get to see, and then I'll post a little mini card as well. But now I want to make this one into a giant card as well. So, well, thanks for watching. You know what? I think it's not that bad to be down here for, I know the Facebook cut a little bit, but that could just be Facebook. So it could be just that it was a glitch, but it was kind of fun to be able to stamp, at least in my studio, and I have everything. So don't forget to take advantage of that extra 15% off tomorrow on Stamp Set, and we will see each other tomorrow at noon, where I'll be showing you something else with the Christmas greenery and traditional labels. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.